It is absolutely mind-blowing at some of the things that I have read in the last hour, hour and a half, 2 hours coming from the left. I mean, absolutely insane that people would be saying some of the things that they're saying right after Donald Trump is shot. Donald Trump is on a stage, he's on a platform, and he has given a speech. And all of a sudden you hear the gunshots, and you just saw where he just grabbed his ear and he goes down. I mean, and we, America, just saw this happen and take place. I mean, we just saw the president, I mean, former President Donald Trump, soon to be, in my opinion, President again, Donald Trump. He is shot, and then some of the things that the left is putting out and some of the left is saying is absolutely insane. It is mind-boggling that some of these people are tweeting and messaging some of the stuff that they're messaging. What we are to be doing right now as a country, especially as Christians. Now, I don't expect the nut jobs on the left side, those radicals on the left, I don't expect any of them to be praying for Donald Trump or praying for our nation or to be praying that God will bless our nation. I don't expect people, from that far left to be doing any of those things. But you and I as Christians and you and I as Republicans, if this isn't a wake-up call, I don't know what is. For some Christians, and even some of the things that I'm seeing, from Christians, as some of the Christians that are posting things on social media, they are so afraid that they're going to hurt somebody's feelings that they're not willing to call out the radical left. They want to make their broad statements, and it's absolutely insane. And it is, to be honest with you, it is sickening to see that some of our so-called Christians will put some of the things that they're putting on social media right after President Donald Trump, is shot. It is insane. And I know some of you will probably say, well, he's already said insane, several times, and I'll probably say it a whole bunch more because it's absolutely mind-boggling, that some of these things will be put on social media. I saw this picture. I mean, whenever I first saw this picture, it brought tears to my eyes as I saw this picture. There you have Donald Trump. He was just shot. Just shot. The Secret Service, they rushed to Donald Trump. They rushed to him. And he has blood. You see the blood? You can see the blood on his face. That man loves America. That man is bleeding red, white, and blue. That man took a bullet for you, and that man took a bullet for me. And I am so thankful. I am so thankful, for Donald Trump. This is by far, for 2024, this is by far, yes, it's a very sad picture because Donald Trump was just shot, and there you have the Secret Service rushing him off. But you see him putting his fist in the air. And I can't repeat some of the things that he was repeating. I'd sign my name to it this time. But there you have him being carried off, the American flag waving in the background. And then to see some of the things that some people are putting on social media. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You and I as Christians, you and I as Republicans, we're to be doing everything in our power. Everything in our power. To make sure that every single person that we go to church with, every single Christian that we know, every single person that we know, it is important that we get them registered to vote and then we get them to the polls come November. Here's a statement that Donald Trump put out. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound. Shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. Unbelievable that Donald Trump was shot. But here he is. There he is. He is being carried off, and the man's got his fist bump in the air. That man, I'm telling you, that man would be out. He'd be out tonight if he could. He'd be out tonight if he could. He'd be out tomorrow if he could. And he probably will be out tomorrow campaigning to save America. Once again, I want to show this picture again. This picture is by far, it is by far a very sad picture, a very sad picture, but a picture of a fighter, a picture of a man that gets up and he walks off that stage and he's throwing his fists in the air and hey, that man's going to be back. That man's going to return. He's going to come back more fired up than ever. And you and I as Christians and you and I as conservatives, we're to be more fired up than ever to get the vote out in November, get as many people registered as we can in November, to get as many people to the polls as we can. And there's no reason why we don't win every single state. We should win every state. And it's very, very possible. I love this hat. This is my Make America Great Again hat, and you can see there Donald Trump's signature. This hat was sent to the Harrison County Republican Club, and I love this hat. One, because it's Make America Great Again, and then two, because it has Donald Trump's signature. And so I love it. I absolutely love it. And I can assure you that I support President Trump more today than I did yesterday. I'm going to be praying for that man more today than I did yesterday. I'm going to be working harder today to get him elected more than I was yesterday. I'm going to be working to get more people signed up and to the polls than ever before. We're not backing down. We're not slowing up. We're going to put the gas to the metal. We are not stopping. We are not giving up. Listen to me very carefully. Let me just make this very clear to the Democrats. Us Republicans are not stopping. We're not slowing down. We're not giving up. We're going to give it everything that we possibly have. And for every Christian, every Republican that's watching this, every independent, every libertarian, every single one of you, even those of you Democrats that see how far left that some of your people in your party have gone, you need to do everything you can to defeat that radical left woke crazy agenda here in America. There are people from the left that's applauding this guy that tried to take out President Trump. We need to defeat that spirit. We need to defeat that attitude, and we need to defeat those people. That has no room for that here in America, and we need to do everything we can to defeat them. I can assure you, unequivocally, undoubtedly, that we are going to give it everything that we have to defeat Joe Biden and the radical left. We're going to do everything in our power to defeat them. Give it everything we have over the next rest of July, August, September, October, and those first week of November. We're going to give it everything we can to defeat Joe Biden and the radical left. Over the next several days, you and I need to be praying, of course, for Donald Trump. We need to be fired up. We need to be absolutely doing everything we can to defeat that radical left. We need to be fired up. We need to be talking about it at church. We need to be praying about it. This whole separation of church and state makes me sick. You know, of course the left wants separation of church and state. They want the church to stay out of the state's business. But listen to me very carefully. It's important that the church is involved. It's important that you as Christians, that we're all involved. And yes, I'll tell the state to stay out of my business whenever it comes to the church. But the church and you and I, as we the people, we need to be very much involved in what's happening and what's taking place in America and in our great nation. And we need to give it everything that we can over the next 6 months to defeat Joe Biden and that radical left agenda. I understand that not every Democrat is biting into that left woke agenda. I get it, and I understand that. I've got friends that are Democrats, and I've got some friends that are Democrats that's not even voting for Joe Biden because they see how insane the left has gone. But we got to get to work. Hopefully this wakes everybody up here in our country. Hopefully it wakes everybody up. We are to win with a landslide that's never been seen before. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,